window needs some work. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be bleeding the brakes in my Fox body. This isn't a how-to video, but you know, it's Saturday. We're just hanging out here. It's a beautiful day, so let's do some brake bleeding. I had switched a line around in the front, so I had to disconnect the line. I'm going to try to just get away with doing the front, because if there's any air, it should only be in the front. So we'll see how that goes. This is my new hose. Where did I put my new hose? The job takes 10 minutes, but finding all your tools and all your stuff takes an hour.
You sound like an old man.
Well, I guess we can do it today. Sorry guys, tune in next time when I get my together. We'll bleed the brakes. What you should do is always start from the furthest away from the master. So the passenger rear, then the driver rear, passenger front, and then the driver front and there. I usually like to go around, you know, depending on if there's been fluid in the lines. If you've restored your whole car and you got all new stuff and there's no fluid, it might take you 3, 4, 5 times. Once you start to feel you got a pedal going on, then you could probably just do another round and call it there. I'm thinking it was 11, but we'll take 2. That's a 10. Another tip, make sure your master does not go dry. Usually after, you know, if you do like 3 or 4 pumps on one wheel, I always like to go back and check the master, make sure that there's still fluid in it. I always like to put my flashlight there. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but you can see the line right there. We're right between the minimum and the maximum. So I'm gonna just top it up a little bit and we should be good to go. It's also a good idea to make sure that all your bleeder screws will break loose. In some cases, if your car is classic or rusty, you might get in a situation where you're trying to break that bleeder screw loose. You'll strip it, you gotta get vice grips. And then at the same time, your helpers, you know, their leg is on fire because they're holding the brake pedal down and you cannot release the pressure. So I always like to go around and make sure the bleeder screws are workable and usable and they'll actually break loose. This car, everything's new, so I don't gotta worry about that. We're gonna send it. Well, I'm gonna pull out my snap-on wrench. I have snap-on wrenches. I got 2 sets of standard and metric. And every time I go to work on a car, I use my cheap wrenches because I don't wanna damage my snap-on wrenches. But today we're gonna use my snap-on wrench because I feel like, you know, this car is pretty nice. We'll use my nice wrenches, but don't buy snap-on stuff. Just buy the cheap wrenches because you're only gonna break them. I cut apart these Pittsburgh wrenches if I have to modify a wrench, or you know, a wrench doesn't fit in a spot. If you only have snap-on, it's gonna hurt for you to go and cut that wrench and, you know, make it work for whatever you gotta do. So we're gonna use my snap-on wrenches. I haven't used them in probably over a year. I don't even think I've opened a wrench since I've been in Florida. So let's see what we got. Look at this. We got Husky, Craftsman's okay, you know. We got a random Maxwell wrench. This is all Pittsburgh, Husky, Sunex. I think that's an Amazon special right there. And then you got Craftsman wrenches, but underneath it all, I keep my snap-on stuff. This is my metric and my standard. So we need a 10 if I remember. Look at that thing. Don't be fooled, all right? It was probably once made in the USA, but I don't know. Probably made in China, to be honest. So in this scenario, we're gonna start on the passenger front, work our way to the driver's side. I suspect this is only gonna take 2 or 3 rounds, maybe even 1 round, but let's see what we got. Found it. You guys wanna make your own little brake bleeding tool. It's pretty simple. You just get a piece of tubing. You get this at Ace Hardware, it's plastic tubing, spray bottle. Throw the tubing in the spray bottle. If you have the cap, you can punch a hole in the cap and just put the tube in there, but you know, Just gotta make something up real quick. It's expensive using the blue tape. I got Pam helping me today. She's really experienced with bleeding brakes. If you actually look, her left leg's a little bigger than her right leg because she helps me so much, and I'm so thankful for that. So we're gonna get it done today. Okay, now it's important that you roll down the windows, because when you're at, you know, whatever wheel you're on, sometimes it's hard to communicate with your employee that's pumping the brake on the inside.
Holding.
Are you holding? God, I can't hear her. So we're gonna roll down the window. Find your friend, girlfriend, wife, significant other, or a kid that's just riding his bike. Hey kid, get over here. Come pump this pedal for me. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to pay that person that's pumping your brakes. Just so you know, save a buck. Follow for more pro tips. All right, pump it up.
Holding. It went down.
Again? Nice clean fluid in here.
Holding. It went down.
One more.
Holding. It went down.
All right, looking good there. On to the driver's side. Let's check our fluid level real quick. We're still good. Hook up our line here. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You bad boy.
Tony, man, you can't find good help these days. Waiting on you whenever you're ready. Time is money.
We're going.
That's what I'm saying. You can't pay these people.
Holding. It went down.
Big bubbles in that one. Again?
Okay. Holding. It went down.
I think that was it. Go ahead again.
Okay. Holding. It went down.
Look at that. Nice, clean, bubbleless fluid. Let's do one more.
Okay.
How's that leg?
Well, I got one bigger than the other one. At least so.
This is nothing. This is only half the game right here. We're only doing the front. It's leg day. Can't skip leg day.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah. Born ready.
Holding. It went down.
All right. Now, how is the pedal?
A lot better.
That's what I like to hear. Time to feel this pedal out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was it. So I'm just basically gonna top it up because we're all done. There we are, pretty much right at the line. I always like to go back and hit that with some degreaser because brake fluid is, it's not my favorite automotive fluid. Like when you pull out a head bolt out of a cylinder head with like 100,000 miles and you smell that bolt, man, that is a good smell right there. That's like some fresh coffee in the morning. I also like gear oil. Gear oil smells pretty good. I don't like it used. I like, you know, fresh out the bottle. It smells good. It makes my stomach growl sometimes. Engine oil, you know, good old 2050 with a little bit of zinc. That's some good stuff too. But brake fluid, brake fluid is some nasty stuff. And there are some very big health hazards on the bottle. You don't want to get any in your eyes. I always wear gloves. So yeah, be aware of that one. But don't ingest any of these fluids. I don't care how good they smell, or you'll turn out like me, or you'll have a bigger leg like Pam does. I'll cut that part out. And one more thing, you just want to make sure you polish up that Snap-on wrench before it goes back in until next year when I use it again. So. Well, any final thoughts there, Pam? I'm gonna go hit the gym and work out that right leg. So the only other thing I gotta do, I have a Wilwood adjustable proportioning valve. So when I go test drive this car, I gotta adjust the front to rear bias and pressure. And that's gonna have to wait for the test drive. And hopefully that's coming soon. And I'm telling you guys, I mean, I just got done. I spent like 3 hours detailing my interior. And then your little helper is gonna go and leave her trash in your nice clean Mustang. That's what I'm saying, man. Just, if you got kids in the neighborhood, get them to help you. I'm gonna have to teach you how to pump the brakes, Shelby.